Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I have another pick a card reading for you, and this is the timeless pick a card reading. We are doing a week at a glance, and this doesn't have to be this week in particular. It could be whenever you watch this video. So if you watch this the day that I upload it, or if you watch this a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month, a year, it will hopefully still resonate with you, okay? So we're going to take a look and see what exactly Spirit has to tell us about our upcoming week, okay? Now, I would have done this video on Sunday and actually did it for this real upcoming week. However, with it being Super Bowl Sunday, I didn't have time, to sit and record. And then I just got busy as the days went on. So I decided, you know what, I still want to do this reading, but let's make it more of a timeless one. So that's what we've got here today. So I have four piles, and we have the first pile. Oh my goodness, so sorry, I can't even talk. We have Obsidian. Pile 2, we have Spessartine Garnet. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly. Pile 3, we have some Auralite. And pile 4, we have Smithsonite. Okay, so if you guys need to, go ahead and pause the video. Meditate on which pile you are feeling most drawn to. Again, please remember this is a general reading, so just take what resonates for you. If you are being called to more than one pile, then perhaps there are more than one message for you in those piles, okay? So again, we have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. And we will go ahead and get started with pile 1. All right, so pile 1 with the Obsidian. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at all of your cards together, and we're going to see what this week holds. So we've got the Obsidian card there. All right, start with your tarot cards. You guys have the Four of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, Page of Wands, Nine of Swords, and Two of Wands. Okay. For your other cards, we have action. So something is going to require you to take maybe some action this week. We have New Moon in Gemini. Communication is key. So communication is going to be very key for you guys this week. And New Moon in Pisces. Meditate and contemplate. All right. So let's take a look at what we have. So we have quite a few things going on here. And I feel like the common theme is caution. Okay, that's just the word that jumps out to me the most right now. The reason why I say that is because starting off the week, you guys have the Four of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. The Four of Pentacles is all about exercising caution in regards to finances. This is either you're feeling a little bit conscious of your spending in the sense that you're trying not to overspend. Perhaps you're just trying to be better at saving, or trying to make sure that you don't, blow your money on like a big purchase, even though maybe you're wanting to. Maybe there's something that's coming up that you've been really wanting to save for, and that you should, but other things come up. And so I think for this week, at the beginning of the week, there's definitely going to be, some sort of, consciousness as to like, okay, I really need to take this seriously, or I need to really make sure I'm not wasting all my money or whatnot. So I'm definitely seeing that. The Knight of Cups, again, talks about caution in the sense of being careful not to get too caught up in the what's the word I'm looking for? Like getting too caught up in, the flashiness of things, if that makes sense. Like if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. Okay. So even this could indicate like a new relationship, you know, a fun, exciting idea that, you have, or maybe your friend has about, what you guys should go do. Maybe somebody wants to go on a random trip, and be like, oh, let's go to Vegas or let's go to Disneyland. And you're like, I don't really have the money to do that. Like it sounds great. I really want to. But I don't really have the money to be doing that right now. And so maybe you're just like really contemplating going back and forth on this. So I think this is definitely a time for you guys to really stop and think about, what really matters, and like what exactly is a priority. Okay. I feel like because you guys have the Page of Wands, this does talk about, like new opportunities or a new path. And yet it also deals with being cautious about it. Like, even though it sounds good and it looks good, or could be what you want, I feel like for some of you, there's still going to be something that holds you back. You're going to be hesitant on whether or not you should even move forward, or if this is even the direction that you should even be going in. Okay. The Nine of Swords is very interesting in this, because the Nine of Swords deals with our headspace, in the sense that we're so caught up with something weighing us down, and it's having a hurtful effect. What I mean by that is perhaps something is really weighing heavy on you this week, to the point where it's, almost borderline depressive. And I know that sounds bad, but, the Nine of Swords energy really does talk about just being in this mental anguish. You just really having a hard time seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You're just so focused on whatever negativity has, sprouted and just really taken over. I just feel like for this situation, it's more so this caution. Whatever has caused you to be cautious of either your finances, your love life, whatever it may be, whatever has caused you to maybe stop and second guess whether you should or shouldn't you, it's definitely going to be weighing heavy, I feel like, on your guys' mind this week. Okay. Now you have the Two of Wands here at the end of the week. And again, I feel like this really is going to be something that just weighs heavy on you the whole week. Because at the end of the week, this is should you or shouldn't you? Okay. The Two of Wands does talk about, this contemplation, like, should I do this or should I do that? And you're really kind of just trying to work it out yourself and seeing like whether or not this is the best choice for you to make. Okay. Now, what's interesting is you guys do have the Meditate and Contemplate card here, the New Moon in Pisces. This does specifically state that you do need to contemplate what exactly is going on this week. And it's asking you to meditate. Sometimes when we just shut out the outside noise and we really take that time to have that inner dialogue with ourselves, we're able to hear ourselves a little bit more and actually feel what it is that we truly want. Think about your intuition. Your intuition is never wrong, okay? And oftentimes when we shut out the outside noise and we allow ourselves to really hear what it is that we're trying to say, or when we're really trying to hear what it is that we want, that's when you guys find those answers that you need, okay? So I would say for this week, really take the time for you. Really take the time to listen to yourself. Okay. You have the Communication is Key card, this New Moon in Gemini. This, again, I feel like is more so communication with yourself. I feel like you just need to really dive deep and figure out what it is that you want or what it is that you need to do in this situation, because there's something that's making you feel cautious, or there's something that's making you feel really hesitant about what you should do, how you should move forward, whether it has to deal with your finances, whether this has to deal with like a love relationship. Again, take with it what you will, but I just feel like for the most part, that's really what this week is going to cause you to do. You guys have the action card. Now, I feel like with the action, it's telling you to take action, but in the sense, once you've gotten this figured out, okay? Once you actually hear what it is that you, your inner voice, and you hear your intuition and you actually listen to it, I think you'll know which action you need to take to move forward. Okay. I think that's why this card popped up in, when I was shuffling, because it's really telling you, you don't have to stay in this rut. This doesn't mean it's a standstill or you stay like this forever. No, you can take the necessary action to get out of this headspace and do what it is that you need to. Okay. Now you guys have the obsidian card. I didn't want to forget this because I feel like this is just as important with everything else. Now, obsidian, let's see, I'm going to pull up my little booklet here. So the essential meaning for obsidian is observing the self, self-reflection, know thyself. Okay, so right there, it's telling you to just be more self-aware, okay? Actually taking the time, look in the mirror, do some self-reflection, and you will find the answers that you're looking for, okay? So group 1, that was your reading. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear how exactly, this resonated, how you felt when you came across this, and if any of this really made sense to you. So please let me know, and if you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It would really help my channel, and I would truly appreciate it. And now we are going to move on to group 2. All right, so group 2, if you guys chose the Spessartine Garnet, I think I said it right. If I didn't, I apologize. And we are going to go ahead and reveal all of your cards. So I'm going to put this one off to the side, and we're going to start with your tarot cards. All right. So you guys have the Knight of Wands, the Hierophant, the Emperor, the Death card, Nine of Wands, and King of Pentacles. Okay, let's look at your other cards. You guys have Attraction, Realization. So perhaps you guys are going to come to some sort of realization this week. Extremes. Okay. We have Balsamic Moon, A Time for Healing. And Full Moon in Gemini, the answers you need are coming. Well, that's good. All right. So let's take a look at what we got here. All right. So let's start with the beginning of the week. So the Knight of Wands talks about something new and exciting coming your way. This could be like a new adventure. So possibly new job opportunity, new relationship, something new and exciting is definitely going to be coming up for you guys that you're going to get enthralled into. I feel like for some of you though, this could also be like a new spiritual journey. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because we have the Hierophant here. And the Hierophant talks about spirituality, kind of like getting grounded, getting reconnected with, our higher self and, kind of tapping into that inner wisdom. Okay. And, that can go hand in hand with, religions, again, spirituality, whatever it may be. Um, but I feel like in this case, this is, because it's something new. Um, I feel like this is something that for some of you guys, you're definitely going to look into or start. Okay. You have the emperor right next to it, which is kind of funny because the emperor does talk about, like a mentor or the boss or father figure, somebody who's in charge or like a teacher aspect. And in this case, it could be like a guru, or it could be like a spiritual guru, or somebody that you're looking to for advice, or you're looking to for comfort. But in not necessarily like emotional comfort. I just feel spiritual, if that makes any sense. That just seems to be what's coming through the most. Okay. Um, and for some of you guys, we also have the death card, which does talk about, changes, something again new, but it's for the better. Okay. And perhaps, you getting rid of your old mentality in the sense of like what you had, towards your previous spiritual views, or if you are adopting a new religion, or if you are adopting a new way of life that you didn't necessarily have before, this talks about this change. Okay. So I feel like for some of you guys, that's definitely the route we're going, because we have the realization card. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to come to this realization that this is where I should be. This is what I should be doing. This is what makes me feel, my truest self, or what makes me feel really good. Okay. And again, this doesn't necessarily have to be like you joining a religion or anything like that. This could just be something as easy as starting yoga, or starting meditating, or maybe you're getting into tarot, something like that, something new, some type of, spiritual awakening, if you will, is coming into play for you guys. We have the attraction card. This is also known as the supermoon. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're definitely attracted to this. Like something led you to this new way of life, or to this new ideology that you're adopting here, or that you're wanting to take on. Okay. And I feel like, because it's so new, and because maybe you don't necessarily have all the ins and outs of it just yet, it just seems like a really, cool concept, or it seems like a really, cool idea. I feel like, for some of you, you might be, in that should I, shouldn't I stage, because it might be so radical for you, who knows? We have the Nine of Wands towards the end of the week. And the Nine of Wands is kind of all about, still standing, basically. Like, you've kind of had everything thrown at you. Perhaps you've had a lot of people that have been negative towards you, or negative towards the idea of you doing this. Whatever it may be. It might be, taking up yoga. It might be taking up, a new religion, or a new faith, or whatever it is. To me, it just feels more so like about your spirituality is a lot of what I'm getting. And because it's perhaps so new, or it's so different than perhaps maybe what your family or your friends are used to, you might get some negativity thrown at you. But ultimately, I feel like you're obviously gonna get through it. You're still standing. That's the point of it right there. No matter what gets thrown at you, you're going to persevere. Okay. Now you have the King of Pentacles there at the end of the week. And if anything, I feel like the King of Pentacles is just a nice reassurance card, just telling you that it's going to be okay. Okay. Um, that you basically will have everything fall into place, the way that it's meant to. Um, it's basically reassuring you that, you might have some naysayers here in the beginning, but you know what? It's going to work out. They're going to see that you're happy. They're going to see that, what you're doing is for your own peace of mind or for your well-being or whatnot. And I think once they see that, then, you're not going to have that negativity there as much anymore. Okay. Now we do have a time for healing. So I feel like it's definitely this new adventure that you're starting in is definitely, like I said, for you to heal, for you to get reconnected spiritually. Okay. And oftentimes when we do that, that is very healing in and of itself. Okay. So I don't want you guys to feel put off by any negativity that could be coming your way from it. Okay. Now we also have the extremes card. Now this does talk about things getting pretty extreme in the sense that perhaps it does get a little much from, the negativity. And that could be why at times, or for some of you, you guys are feeling like, am I making the right choice? Or, should I even have these people in my life, if they're going to be so negative towards me? I feel like there's going to be a few moments that's definitely going to probably sting a little bit just because you're doing something that you feel is good for you, but yet others don't maybe understand, the way that you want them to. So it can be hurtful and it can be tough, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it, especially if it's not hurting you, not hurting anyone else. If anything, it's helping you and it's making you feel better, then more power to you in that sense. Okay. Now, I don't want to forget this. We have the Spessartine Garnet, and I wanted to read what the essential meaning was to this card. So for the Spessartine Garnet, its essential meaning is charm and charisma, shining and sparkling, being a brilliant beacon of confidence that inspires others. I love that. You know what? I think that's such a beautiful sentiment to this whole reading, because if you guys have been feeling any sense of doubt about what it is that your new venture is leading you towards, I feel like once you get yourself in that right state of mind and you get yourself like just in that place where what you've been searching for, you're going to feel good. You're going to shine from within, and there's going to be that sense of confidence to you. And I think that's why, with the King of Pentacles energy here at the end, it's just reassuring you that no matter what you do, or, what anybody else has to say, you're going to come out feeling better from this, and others will take note. That's why this, you won't have this negativity follow you. If anything, you're going to have people really kind of reevaluate maybe what they said to you or maybe how they were treating you about this and be like, you know what? They are better. They are happier. Why would I say anything negative in the first place? Okay. So, yeah, that's definitely what I'm seeing for you guys. So group 2, I hope this resonated with you. I hope this made sense. Please let me know in the comment section down below if it did. And yeah, I would love to hear your guys' input on this. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, and we're going to move on to our next group. All right, so pile number 3, we have the Aura Light. So if you guys chose this, we're going to go ahead and lay out all your cards and see what the week ahead is coming for you. So let's start with your tarot cards. So we have the Magician. Nice. Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Six of Cups, Page of Cups, interesting, and Queen of Pentacles. Nice. All right. Let's take a look at your other cards. We have Full Moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. So that's nice. New Moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. Yep, with that Six of Cup energy. We have Faith and Balance. All right. So let's take a look at what we got. All right, group 3. So, looks like at the beginning of the week, you guys are definitely going to be making some things happen here. You got the Magician card, which talks about manifestation at its finest. What that means is that you guys are definitely going to be putting things in into use or into practice. So whatever it is that you're wanting or that you're trying to achieve, as far as like any goals, you know, anything that you are trying to manifest and put out into the universe, it's definitely going, or that's definitely going to be your main focus for the beginning of the week. Okay. So I would definitely say you guys have what it takes, you know, to accomplish whatever it is that you're trying to. So I can see that you guys are definitely going to be working towards that. Okay. So then you guys have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles talks about, even though you guys having, you know, these tools like we talked about with the Magician, it talks about you just kind of taking things at a slow pace, or maybe a slower pace. Okay. So even though it seems like you guys kind of have everything thought out, you guys have everything maybe worked out in your mind as to like how you want this to occur or how you want to make this happen, I feel like you guys are being smart about it. Okay. It seems like you guys are really just trying to take things slow, just kind of allow them to happen as they will, because you guys seem very prepared. If anything, you guys seem like you guys have, again, like I said, all those tools that are whatever it is that you need, at your disposal, but instead of just being careless with it, you guys are really trying to just be smart and cautious by it. Okay. So you're definitely trying to make yourselves, successful for sure, but you're not trying to rush it. You're definitely trying to, you know, make sure that you think things through before you see them come into fruition. All right. Now, middle of the week, I feel like things start to take a little bit of a shift here. Okay. You guys have the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Swords talks about kind of like being caught up in whatever situation is occurring at the time, and you feeling kind of trapped in that situation. Okay. Now, the thing about this to really pay attention to if you find yourself in this situation is that this is a doing of your own making, and you can get out of this. Okay. So just like we talked about, you guys having all the tools that you need for success, you guys have all the tools that you need to get yourself out of these situations. Okay. So if you find you're in a situation that feels trapped, you know, like I said earlier, like if you feel like stuck, know that you have what it takes to get yourself out. And this could just be you in your own thoughts, you in your own headspace, you holding yourself back from whatever this may be. Okay. So don't allow yourself to get caught up in that. Okay. If anything, I would really pay attention to this and make sure that that doesn't end up happening for you, as your week continues. All right. Because we got a lot of different things going on. And it's funny that this came up because everything else seems like you guys, like I said, you have everything maybe planned out or worked out, but maybe you kind of had a little bit of a weak moment and just, got to, again, like I said, caught up into your own headspace and maybe we're self-doubting or, having self-doubt in that moment. So get out of that. You guys are capable of it. Okay. You guys are fully capable of so much. You just definitely have to, believe in that and make sure that you, do right by you. Okay. So we guys have the Six of Cups, which is all about random acts of kindness and that, give and take aspect, but rather more so focusing on the give. Okay. I feel like because you guys are so well prepared in trying to manifest your success and trying to manifest your achievements and your goals, I feel like you guys are going to feel pretty prosperous at some point, this week. And there's going to be a part of you that wants to help out others. You're going to want to give back. You want to build up that good karma. Okay. So definitely make it a point to do that. I feel like you guys are going to feel better from it, especially if you kind of felt, a little too caught up in your own mind midweek. By doing this, I feel like that's going to kind of get rid of that self-doubt and that negativity and realizing like, what, I am doing this not just for me, but I'm doing this for others. I'm doing this to try to make myself and others around me feel better. Okay. So that's definitely what's coming through for that Six of Cup energy. Then you guys have the Page of Cups, and this is all about creativity, okay? All about sparking your creativity. So I feel like towards the end of the week, you guys are definitely, whatever manifestation that you've got going on over here at the beginning of the week, it's only going to flourish by the end. And I think you're going to kind of come up with a new way of executing your vision or executing, how you're going to achieve this goal, whatever it is that you're trying to work towards. Okay. And I love the Page of Cups because again, like I said, it talks all about that creativity. So if this has to deal with like an artistic aspect, whether you're an artist, a painter, makeup artist, anything to do with that creative side or something that you create or do, I'm definitely seeing you guys utilizing that to make this much more of a reality and much more tangible to you. Okay. Then you guys have the Queen of Pentacles. And I love this card because this just, kind of solidifies that, prosperity and abundance comes to you guys, that you guys are going to feel, everything that life has to offer to you. I feel like you guys, like I said, even though this is, a slow and steady, work or, you're trying to get to this, very carefully, you ultimately are going to achieve, whatever goal it is that you've set out, and you're going to reap those benefits. Okay. You guys have the full moon in Cancer, which talks about this personal issue reaching a resolution. So whatever this little self-doubt that you had here, it's definitely going to be resolved and you're able to, achieve your goals. You guys have a time to give rather than take. Again, talking about that Six of Cups energy there. Okay, let's take a look at your other cards. You guys have balance. So I feel like, yeah, you're going to feel, I think, a little out of balance probably midweek. But by the end, things are going to rebalance themselves to where you're going to, feel prosperous, which is beautiful. And faith. I feel like in this sense, the Faith card talks about you having restored faith in yourself and, and your ability to achieve what it is that you want. I feel I'm very much a believer in the law of attraction. So, whatever you put out into the universe, you will get back in return. I'm a huge believer in that. And if you believe in something like that, you're more likely to get back that positivity. If you're putting out positivity, if you're putting out negativity, guess what? You're going to get that negativity in return. So having that faith within yourself of, if I want this, I will get it. Or if I want this and I work for it, I will get it and I will achieve it. Having that kind of mindset is ultimately going to get you to be where exactly it is that you want. All right. Now, I don't want to forget about the crystal card here. Now, this is Aura Light, and I wanted to read what the essential meaning was about this card. So, Aura Light means mindfulness, meditation on the present. Okay, so to be mindful is to be aware of the now rather than distracted by the past or future and any thoughts of oughts, shoulds, and might haves. Okay, so this is all about, you basically not being too consumed with the, no's or the yeses or whatever. This is more so you being mindful of what it is that you need right now, and kind of how to be more present and in the moment. Okay, so what I love about this in this spread, so if you guys chose this based off of that, I feel like for you guys, this is definitely going to be a week where you are going to really focus on what it is that you're trying to manifest and bring into reality, and finding a good balance between that, because I understand it can be difficult. It can be hard to always think so positively, especially if you have things that get thrown at you that you didn't expect. But it looks like in this case, this is something that was more so internal. This is something that perhaps, you just could have had a bad day. You could just be having a little bit of self-doubt, but don't allow it to consume you and don't allow it to trap you, because it looks like you guys have such a beautiful week ahead of you. So group 3, that was your reading. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, please let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear how this worked out for you. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It truly helps me and my channel. And if you guys have any suggestions on future videos, I would love to hear them and fill them for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and get started on our last but certainly not least and final group, group 4. All right, so if you guys chose this Smithsonite crystal, this is your reading. So we are going to start with your tarot cards, and then we're going to go into everything else. So you guys have the 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 7 of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, and Strength. Very beautiful. Your other cards, we have New Moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. I'm going to put that right here because I'm sensing that. And we have self-reflection. All right. So, group 4. Let's take a look at your week. All right, so the beginning of the week for you guys, I'm seeing that there's going to be some give and take here. What I mean by that is that the 6 of Pentacles talks about, finding that balance of giving and receiving. So, if you are capable of helping others, you're going to want to be able to help those in need. If you are the one that's going to be in need of assistance, this would be a time for, others around you to offer to help or to chip in. So there's definitely, some type of give and take at the beginning of the week going on. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean with money. It can, because it is the Pentacles card, and so that typically does refer to finances or money. So if you are, going to help out maybe a friend or a family member by, offering them money or a loan or something like that, then that could be an indication here. Or if you are the person that's in need of financial assistance, whatever it may be, then this could be something that comes up at the beginning of the week where somebody offers to assist you. So again, take what you will from it, but it definitely seems like at the beginning of the week, there's going to be some sort of give and take. This also could indicate, advice even, okay? Because I feel like, just because it has to, it is the Pentacles and it does primarily deal with finances, I also feel like this can deal with, some sort of advice, because I think of like family as well. So this could be a time where you are, confiding within your family and you guys are offering advice to one another. So again, take with it what you will, but that's primarily the sense that I'm seeing at the beginning of the week. Then we have the Two of Swords. Now, the Two of Swords is kind of like being aware of the real situation at hand, okay? So not turning a blind eye to it. More so like take off the blindfold and really see what's going on. Are you choosing to keep it on and be ignorant of what's going on around you? Or are you really blindsided by something that could be going on? Okay. I feel like there is some sort of sneakiness or some sort of deceit possibly going on in your life during this week, because we have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is all about secrecy. It's all about, again, just no, I feel like there's like that tiptoe around, like, oh, I'm not really doing this, or, you don't really see me doing what I said I wasn't doing, or whatever it may be. It's almost like either you know what's going on and you're choosing to turn a blind eye, or you're choosing to live the whole ignorance is bliss lifestyle. Okay. Now, this can deal with a possible relationship. So if you are seeing someone and they are not being 100% honest with you, perhaps you've stumbled upon some information that wasn't what you wanted to see, or you wanted to read, or you wanted to hear. But because you haven't heard it straight from them, you're choosing to act as if though that's not the case. Okay, so that's just one example. Another one could just be the fact that, perhaps at your, in your workplace, that some things are going on, some shady business is going on, but you don't want to be the one to say anything, or you don't want to be the one to, raise the alarm. So it's just like, well, I'm just going to keep doing my business because it doesn't truly affect me. Again, take what resonates. That's just something that, seems to come out, especially with these two side by side. Okay. You guys have the Ace of Pentacles and the Strength card at the end. So the Ace of Pentacles is a beautiful card because it does talk about new beginnings. It does talk about, kind of like that. I feel like that's starting over. This is all about, unlimited potential, so anything is possible at this point, right? So regardless of what could be going on here in the middle of the week, with this Two of Swords energy and the Seven of Swords energy, I feel like, if you take the blindfold off and you actually are honest with yourself as to really what's going on, and you're like, you know what? No, I'm not going to stand for this. I'm not going to allow this to continue. And you walk away from this, know that everything is going to work itself out. We have the Strength card, and I love that the Strength card is with this at the end of the week, because it's just kind of reminding you that you have all the strength that you need, that you are so powerful and that you are so strong and you can get through anything. Okay. I love the fact that you have that. Work through your fears, New Moon in Scorpio. I feel like whatever fear of you acknowledging the truth, is going to allow you to find that inner strength. Okay. Now, again, this may not resonate with everybody, in the sense of like, if this does deal with a relationship, but take what you will. Like I said, this is just one strong message that I'm seeing in particular, just because we've got, the secrecy going on, the not really paying attention. And then we've got the Strength card here at the end with new possibilities. Now, self-reflection. I thought this was an interesting card when this came out, because this is basically telling you to take a look at yourself and take a look in the mirror at the bigger picture as to really what's going on. Okay. Once you've taken off the blindfold here on the Two of Swords, I feel like that's what's really going to make you be like, oh my gosh, how could I have allowed this to go on? Or how did I not see this sooner? Or whatever it may be. Okay. So you are going to have to do some sort of self-reflecting during this time. Now, that doesn't mean, you're at fault or anything like that if you didn't see it sooner or whatnot. It just means that, this is a time for you to contemplate and really take a look at what it is that you want to continue or what you don't want to. Okay, so that's primarily what that speaks to. Now, I want to focus on the Smithsonite card, because I wanted to read what the essential meanings were. Now, this says rebirth from chaos, evolution, stress relief, emotional boost, clearing of obstacles to growth. So if you guys chose this pile for this crystal, I think this is just validation enough that you are definitely getting through some sort of obstacle here. Okay. You know how we talked about the Six of Pentacles in the beginning, that perhaps there's some sort of give and take here, and perhaps it could be advice. I definitely think it is. I feel like you are, for most of you or some of you, again, I can't say most, I should say some. If you are going through, this relationship issue, I think there's this sense of advice that you're seeking from others, and that they are offering you that chance to self-reflect, to work through everything, and to give you that strength that you need during this time. Okay, so group 4, I hope this resonated with you. Please let me know in the comment section down below if it did. I would love to hear from you guys if this did in fact resonate. Please go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. It truly helps me, and I would love to be able to reach out to many more of you. And if you have any ideas for future videos, please let me know in the comment section down below. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.